Well, here I am in beautiful Florida. The weather is amazing, and I'm really happy to be in the US. And on this trip, I'm going to be in California, here in Florida, then in Texas, and then back in California. So this is a month-long vacation for me, coming back to visit the US, and I'm going to share with you what I've done on this trip. It was time for me to leave Bangkok, and I decided to try STARLUX. This is a new airline out of Taipei, and I wanted to try their business class. Look at this wonderful seat I had here by the window. It was awesome. Such a big screen, so much space. It was finally time to take off and leave Bangkok for San Francisco. The service on the flight was truly wonderful. Had a 3-course meal, started with this shrimp salad and then this cream of mushroom soup. But you won't believe what I got for my main course. Lobster. Yes, I actually had lobster on the plane here, and it was quite delicious. Then it was time for the purser to make up my bed into a lie-flat bed, and I decided to get some sleep on this very long flight. Pretty soon, it was time to land in San Francisco, and now I gotta go over to my Airbnb and check into that. Typically, when I come here to the San Francisco Bay Area, I stay with a friend of mine. However, this time she had other guests coming over, so I was only able to stay at her place for about 5 days. So I booked myself this Airbnb. It was a beautiful little bungalow, and it was in a neighborhood that I used to live, so I really liked it because I knew where to go and everything like that. It's literally like a little bungalow in somebody's backyard. One room with a living room, bedroom in one, and of course a bathroom and a little kitchen. The bathroom was really nice. This place was extremely well kept up, and I really prefer something like this over a hotel, especially if it's an area that I know. I mean, I had plenty of room in here, TV, couch, there was a king-size bed in there, and it was extremely comfortable. Now, this place wasn't cheap. It was $586 for 3 nights, so it's about $180 a night. But that's what it is. Skylights up there, lots of light, air conditioning, and had a little kitchenette. There was no sink in here, but there was a microwave, really no way to cook, but they left some snacks, some popcorn, some water, some trail mix, and all the amenities you'd want, even a full-size fridge. And because I was here for 3 nights, I didn't really care, but this was a great little place. I really enjoyed my stay here. Next, it was time to hop into my rental Toyota Camry and drive up to San Francisco. Beautiful weather that day, beautiful hills. As you can see, this car is steering itself. I'm not touching the gas or the steering wheel, and the clouds just magnificent. This thing had like partial self-driving, so I could let it steer for about 3 minutes before it made me touch the wheel. We're approaching San Francisco. Traffic, of course, is bad, even though it's a weekend, but I still love coming to this city, only to go and do a few things. Love the architecture, especially when you start seeing old buildings like this over here. But overall, the city was actually clean. Union Square was packed. It was beta breakers, so everything was just packed full of people. I was really surprised, and this area was actually pretty clean this time. Still kind of low on tourists, but look at that beautiful cable car right there. And you know, this guy kind of taking his life into his own hands on this scooter here. But then I got to stop and check out some of the cable cars. These things are awesome. They're so old, about 100 years old, and it's so much fun to watch them, and even better to ride, even though I didn't get a chance to do that this time. Then it was time for me to check into Bartlett Hall Hotel. And well, guys, this is San Francisco. It was Beta Breakers weekend, so this tiny, tiny little room, it cost me $190. Yes, I paid $190 for this tiny room on the weekend. I mean, there's not even a refrigerator. There's really nothing in here. Tiny little bathroom, but it's what I needed. It's right where I usually stay because I can go downstairs to Bartlett Hall to enjoy some food and then go out to the club where I'm going to meet my friends. So this really worked for me. I mean, there isn't really even much of a view. It's just kind of the garden out here. But the location is super convenient because Bartlett Hall is right downstairs. I love this place. They have really good food. And after that, my friends and I went over to the Cat Club for another modern rock night, 80s night. It was a great time. We really enjoyed it. The next morning, I started heading out of the city, and man, the Tenderloin District is just horrible. It's just filled with people that are high, selling drugs, and I mean, it's just really bad. You definitely don't want to be walking around here. The mayor of the city is not doing a good job. The governor of California is not doing a good job of taking care of this. This is an ongoing problem for over 10 years. Very sad. Then I decided to fly down south to Southern California, LA area, so I flew down on Southwest. I lucked out, I boarded, and there was nobody in the front 2 rows, so I took the bulkhead seat, which had lots of room. I mean, the whole flight is only about 45-50 minutes, and Southwest is a great basic carrier, so it was time to take off to fly down to Los Angeles. It was really a clear day, really nice view from up above, and like I said, the flight was pretty short. I actually slept for about half an hour, and then it was time to land in Los Angeles and go meet my friends. Met my friends at Breakfast Republic, which was right across the street from the Kirk Douglas Theater. That was really cool to see. I got chilaquiles. This is basically a Mexican breakfast of chips, pork, eggs, rice, and beans. So good. My friends got the macaroni and cheese with bacon and 2 eggs on top, and even Archie the dog wanted some. Next, we decided to go down to Santa Monica area and the pier and just walk around because it was a beautiful day, and I just wanted to go see the ocean on the west coast while we were there. These squirrels are just so used to people. They'll come right up to you because they think you have food. Hey, buddy, I don't have anything. Look at this. Jesus. You are not afraid at all. So after almost being attacked by these murderous squirrels, decided to go down and walk around Santa Monica. We'll go down to the pier in a minute. I kind of love this view from the hill looking down. These are some ridiculously expensive homes here in Santa Monica, and I don't know what meme these are from. If you know, let me know in the comments. We went down to Santa Monica Pier. It was kind of busy, didn't really walk around too much. There's all the roller coasters. But then there was this guy at the beach just having a field day on these rings. My shoulders hurt just from watching him. But guys, jokes aside, this guy was like a super athlete. It was really impressive. And the beach was very quiet this day. It's beautiful, super clean, very impressive for Los Angeles to be clean because, well, usually it is not. Headed down over into the Hollywood area. Haven't been there for quite some time. You know, there's obviously the Hollywood sign up in the hills. There's the Hollywood Walk of Fame here on the ground. Basically, these are stars for different celebrities and movie stars that have been in different movies. We got like Debbie Reynolds here and Patrick Stewart and of course David Bowie. And you can't miss the Terminator, the governor himself. Back on the plane, back to San Jose. And then the next day, I'm back in my self-driving Toyota, heading up to the San Francisco airport. There's the infamous Flintstones house as I'm heading up for another flight. The airport had this coffee machine that kept waving to me, but I told it no means no. Now, JetBlue is my favorite budget carrier, and this was a red-eye flight of 6 hours to Florida. And then the next morning, I arrived in Florida, and it was time to go visit my parents. Hey, Rex. Oh, Rex is happy to see me. Hey, buddy boy, how are you? He's so happy. And then while I was working, Rex showed up and he wanted to play. Hey Rex, all right, give me your little alligator. Come on, buddy. Come on. God dang it, he just wants to play. He wants to play tug of war, but he will not let me catch him. Rex, come here. Come here. Come on. I'm not going to chase you on. You want me to chase you? And then it was time for the much-awaited Russian-style dinner. Yes, this is over the top. So here we got the deviled eggs. And we've got homemade sauerkraut, the Russian olive salad, and of course there's the red caviar along with the black caviar. Smoked salmon, there's some bread, there's some more of the chicken pate that's inside the eggs. And then we've got some cold cuts. This is sardines, got some boiled eggs over there, and some pickles and some tomatoes. This will be a really good meal. Really excited, looking forward to this. I almost forgot to mention the black caviar is going to end up having vodka shots all around it, hence the little glasses. And we're still waiting for the boiled potatoes. And the first of many shots with my parents during dinner. It was a great meal. I really enjoyed it. Such good food. And then Rex and I started playing the game of who gets the chair on the patio. He tried to guilt trip me here, as you can see, but you know, in the end, he lost out and I got the chair. Since I was now on the East Coast, I had to go and check out the beach in Florida. I can't help myself. I got to see what this water feels like. Ooh, it's cold. I am surprised. Usually the water out here and the ocean on this side of the U.S., it is rarely cold. And man, this thing is quite chilly. Definitely not going to be going for a swim in that. I got to say, it's really good to be back here in the U.S. I make this trip once or twice a year to come back visit friends and family, and I always love coming back here, but I am looking forward to going back to Thailand very soon. I spent a great 8 days hanging out with my parents in Florida and just relaxing. But then it was time to head to the airport for my next leg of this journey. I love this tram system here at the Orlando International Airport. Makes for a great time lapse. And yeah, it was time to get another flight, and this time again it's going to be Southwest Airlines. This is a 3-hour flight from Florida to Austin, Texas, and I just like this airline. It's very simple, no frills, but it's comfortable. And again, nobody sat in the very front, so I took the bulkhead seats. And I think the reason people aren't sitting here is because most of America is super fat and the armrests don't go up, so I think that's the reason. You know, we had a really nice flight. It was blue skies, everything was great. And then it was time to land here in Austin, where I'm going to be spending the next 9 days. And it's time for me to head over and check into my Airbnb. And I finally made it here to Austin, Texas, and I'm here at my Airbnb. Let me show you guys. I'm really happy with this. It's quite a nice place. I love the colors, I love the decor. It's very modern. Got a really nice little kitchen here. I'm actually going to be cooking, believe it or not. I've got some chicken in the fridge. I'm definitely going to be cooking. Beautiful living room. Like I said, I love the decor in here. I love the colors, very kind of neutral and very clean, modern lines. This is the kind of place that I really, really enjoy. They got blackout shades. You know, the view is, well, the view is of downtown Austin down there. You can kind of see it off in the distance. There's a really nice patio though. I'm loving this. With a couple of chairs and a ceiling fan. Really pretty peaceful. All right, let me show you the rest really quick. And I think the price was quite fair for this nice of a place. Got washer and dryer in there. The bedroom is very nice. Again, very clean. Clean colors, very modern, king size bed. Even a ceiling fan, that's really nice. Bathroom looks really good as well. There's a tub shower combo, toilet, everything else that is needed. And I'm staying here for 9 days, and this place came out to be $1,300, I believe, $70. It's in a nice part of Austin here in the South Lamar area. I used to live very close, so I know this area. And boy, this place really fits the bill. I'm really excited. I'm gonna cook some dinner, and then we'll go explore Austin while I'm here. Every time I come to Austin, I have to go to Barbarella on Friday because they have their 80s night. It is an awesome event. And then afterwards, around 2 in the morning, there's all these food trucks outside. Of course, I was hungry, so I grabbed myself a little rice and shawarma. And just as I was enjoying it, well, this poor dude over here, he wasn't having a great night, but it turned out okay for him in the end. On Sunday, I got really lucky because it happened to be the weekend of the Pistons at the Park car show out here in Flugerville or however you pronounce it, here in Texas, about 30 minutes from Austin, so I had to go check it out. And even though I arrived a little bit late, at 10 o'clock in the morning, people are already starting to leave because it was so hot. The first thing I saw was this Rizvani tank. This is a $175,000 pseudo-military vehicle. This guy's Cadillac is kind of like Mad Max, pretty wacky. And then we've got this guy's like 32, 34 Ford. This thing sounded amazing. And this Corvette, this is a generation I'm not really fond of, but look at this color. It was beautiful. And then I saw my first car, 69 Ford Mustang. Mine wasn't this nice, but boy, this gave me good memories. These Harley motorcycles, although I'm not a Harley guy, guys, look at this. This is beautiful. These are kind of really custom periods. And then they've got this 32 Ford, and this thing was also very period built, very nice design, really liked it. This guy's Mercedes S600 was just opulent and luxurious, super crazy. What do you think of this yellow Porsche? I'm kind of digging it. I kind of like the color. Another chopped up Chevy, nothing new. We've got some kind of Maserati here and some kind of translucent purple, interesting car. And there goes the Rizvani tank. This thing is really imposing. And this is kind of like a Lotus Super 7, but this is the Caterham or something. Then we got these three-wheeler things. They're very popular in Texas, but boy, this guy, this is like an Avanti Mustang, and oof, not a fan. Nice little Rabbit. This Honda Beat, these are really cool. This is a little small car from Japan and really cool cars. M6 GT3. Again, more of these weird three-wheelers, these slingshots. And then over here, we have a Can-Am Spyder, another three-wheeler. These are very popular around Texas. What do you think of these? Anyhow, moving on, we've got, of course, a Nissan Skyline GT35. and next up, a Nissan Stagea pulling away. And I think at this point it was time for me to go because I was hungry. Let's go get some food. I decided to go out here to Taylor, Texas. It's a picturesque little town. It was about a 20-minute drive, and I wanted some barbecue. And I found this place, Davis Grocery and Barbecue. Had really good reviews on Google. It's a little mom and pop shop, and I really wanted to go and try it out. And I was not disappointed with the layout. Just a cute little store and barbecue. Had a bunch of little groceries and things. And I decided to get some sausage, and then also obviously some pork ribs that she's cutting up here, and then some of the moist brisket. I was really excited to sit down and try it, and well, here's my plate. We got the pork ribs, we got some of the moist brisket, got some of the sausage up there, had to get some potato salad, and of course some beans and pickles, which is my favorite. So I got some pickles and some barbecue sauce, and then I sat down to eat it. Watching the couple have interaction with their customers was really cool. There were other patrons in there enjoying it, and it was a great meal. That was absolutely delicious. It's such a great find. Many times, little places like this, little hole in the wall, have some of the best food. And I'm telling you, the interaction the owners had with their customers was truly fun to watch. That whole meal came out to be about $22, which I think is very reasonable, as most places you'd pay about $30, $35 here in Texas. Yes, I'm back out exploring once again, but the weather today is not looking really good. So this is Texas weather. I just stopped here at Giddings just to go check out the town, and it was kind of sunny, and now it is pouring like mad. It's supposed to be raining for the next hour, which is a bummer because of some of the things I wanted to see here, but such is life. However, Texas being a bipolar weather kind of place, the weather quickly cleared up and the clouds and the rain started to go away. So one of the main reasons I drove out here to Giddings was because I wanted to come and look at this. This is the Lee County Courthouse, and as you can see, unfortunately, it is under construction. It is one of my favorite courthouses here in rural Texas, and I love coming to it, especially because it's just such a unique structure compared to all the other ones that I'm used to seeing. And it's really unfortunate that it is closed for construction because you typically can go inside and check it out, and the weather isn't really cooperating. But I'm gonna take a look at it a little bit and cruise around Giddings and see what else I can find. The weather started turning, so I just cruised around a little bit in town, checked out some of the other old buildings, and then it was lunchtime, so I found this place, City Meat Market Barbecue. Supposed to be pretty good, but it just had a funky feel inside, and I don't mean in a good way, more of like a kind of a homeless shelter, disheveled way. The food looked pretty decent while it was being cooked, and I just decided to go grab a seat and try it. Got my barbecue the old-fashioned way in a bag. There's my lunch. That's the way it's served. Well, that wasn't great. The brisket was very dry, even though they said it was moist, and the sauce was just very kind of wrinkly and dry also. The pork ribs were actually really good. I paid $27 for all of that. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. There's definitely better barbecue to be had, but that place was, I thought it was just mediocre at best. And of course, I couldn't be in Texas without stopping at a Buc-ee's. This isn't the largest one. This is in Bastrop, so I think they've only got like 80 pumps. But I believe the largest Buc-ee's in Texas has well over 140 pumps. I've been to that one, and this is a unique store. So let's go inside. I'll show you around. And there he is, Buc-ee himself out front. This store has everything. It's like 8,000 square feet of all sorts of Buc-ee's merchandise, shirts, hats. There's all sorts of trinkets. I mean, Buc-ee himself is like everywhere. There's mascots, there's dolls. This stuff is highly collectible. People come to Buc-ee's and buy all sorts of stuff. But it's not just clothing and tchotchkes and collectibles. There is a huge food section. Over here, we've got the sweet section. And boy, you bet yourself I got some of this awesome fudge. This section has snacks, nuts, chips, candy. There is 16 different flavors of icy here. I mean, it's just a wild selection. And I think the best part is going to be their barbecue. Yes, I know it's a gas station, but I'm telling you guys, the barbecue sandwiches they make here are some of the best I've ever had. They're absolutely delicious. We've got 64 flavors of soda. Yeah, 64 flavors of soda. But look at the pay rates they're paying here. $225,000 for a Buc-ee's manager. That's wild. On my last day in Texas, I decided to just kind of go and explore some areas I hadn't been to. So I went over here to the deep eddy pool area along the Colorado River. And boy, look at these homes. These are multi-million dollar homes. People are enjoying themselves over here on Lady Bird Lake. And these girls were paddleboarding and canoeing out here. There's a whole section here, the deep eddy pool. Tons of families were there. It had just opened and the place was absolutely packed. It was really nice. I had to stop at Terry Black's barbecue because I really wanted some good barbecue because I didn't have the best experiences, and Terry's delivered as always. It was great. Then on my way to the airport, I spotted this 56 Chevy, and look at this dog inside. This dog was so happy. Him and the man were just out for a drive in this old Chevy, and it was kind of neat to see them enjoying themselves. Then I hopped back into another 3-hour-long Southwest Airlines flight, and it's time to go back to California for a few days before I head back to Thailand. I only had a few days left in the San Francisco Bay Area, so I went over the hill over to Santa Cruz to check out the boardwalk. I hadn't been here in a long time, and they've got some really amazing rides. This roller coaster, the Great Dipper, is like from the 1930s, and they've got some newer rides over here. And this building actually used to be a pool in the 30s, so this place is really fun. Saw this poor seagull with 1 foot, but yeah, he seemed to be doing quite all right. And then, of course, the seals. These guys are just fun to watch. Decided to kind of walk along the beach and just kind of go check it out. It wasn't too hot, but there were people out actually swimming. A beautiful lighthouse. Some of the waves were actually decent sized. People are body surfing. You can see people swimming over there. You know, there's some huge pieces of kelp floating around here. And like I said, not very busy, but boy, this guy's got $1 million view, literally. So another month-long trip to the U.S. is coming to an end. The only thing left for me to do is to hop back onto a plane and head back home to Bangkok. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please make sure you take care of yourselves. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you all very soon in another episode.